Biden is operating on the socialist side, kind of Jimmy Carter with a socialist spin, sort of Bulgaria before the Berlin Wall came down. In other words, not good. But I don't know that all that's going to necessarily get passed.
Bingo.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited, all are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. SoMee is a social media site that will pay people who provide the content on there. So kind of a different concept than what we have seen with some other social media sites. And with me today is Marvin Columbus, a performer, dancer, musician, writer, producer. Did I miss anything?
Dancer, choreographer, producer, cowboy, promoter, filmmaker.
Right. So, and with us, also his son, Dominique Columbus, who is going to share some of his experiences with SoMee as well. So welcome, both of you. Good to have you.
Thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
So I guess, Dominique, let's start with you. How did you hear about SoMee?
Well, honestly, through my dad. My dad, someone at the SoMee group contacted my dad, and that you can tell the story, but he's the one who brought it to me. And when I heard the idea on what SoMee was doing, how they just integrated, the vision to this platform and how like clear and concise it was, I was like, man, this is dope. This is really awesome to be a part of a company that can help you monetize your content differently than the other platform that's out there right now. And the fact that they can monetize it through cryptocurrency is always a plus, because right now with how big crypto is continuing to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, to have platforms that are acclimating along with the wave and utilizing it to monetize content, I thought was brilliant, so they approached my dad. My dad knows about my network. I'm an actor as well, so for me, it was like a no-brainer. I wanted to be a part of this company,
So Marvin, chime in. I mean, what did you see in terms of introducing your son to this, and what's the value that you see in SoMee?
Well, when SoMee first contacted me, I was like, wow, this is a lot. It's overwhelming. And I felt really good about the team. I got to go by how I feel about the people first, not just the content. And I was like, this is going to be amazing, but I can't do this without my son. Because my son, being the actor he is, and all the TV shows, hit movies, and all his influencers, and he's all into the cryptocurrency. He's very, very smart young man. And I said, okay, let me call my son first and see what he thinks. And he said, Dad, we got to get involved with this. It's going to be amazing. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And we did Zoom calls and meetings with Kelly and Brad and Christopher, and they were just amazing people. And
absolutely
hit it off. And I'm so excited with all the stuff we got going on. I'm working on a show in Vegas with Rico Suave and Lisa Fiorillo through SoMee, and me and my son got movies together. We got a dance film, got the Ken Norton story with SoMee. So pretty much what we're going to be doing, SoMee's going to be involved.
Yeah. Well, and that's a nice lead into Dominique and your trip to Egypt, which you're going to be incorporating some of your SoMee work with us. So can you talk about that?
Yeah. So my roommate is actor as well. The way me and him actually met is we did a movie together 2 years ago called Lolo. It's on Amazon Prime right now. You guys can check it out. After that film, man, he just became like my brother. You know what I'm saying? We just got super close, and he got an opportunity to work on another TV show in Egypt called Newton's Cradle. And the way it works in Egypt is really interesting. So, you know, during Ramadan, you know, they don't do anything. They're fasting. You know, there's like a 27-day period, I believe. And during the time frame of Ramadan, they put out these shows, you know, and they're like, how can I say? They're kind of like, they're not like soap opera type of shows, but it's like you know, you watch a new episode every single day to see what's going to happen. But it's just one season of like 27 episodes. So he was fortunate enough to book Lee Rona's show. And now he's just blowing up out there. So me and a bunch of my friends who are also actors and filmmakers as well, we're actually going to go out there to Egypt to create content, to support our friend out there in his success. And as well as we're getting him on the platform and a lot of the other actors who he is working with out there in Egypt as well, because I thought it would be really cool to bring a whole different type of demographic to this platform, because there's so many people around the world that just don't know about certain things, but as soon as they get access to it, they'll get obsessed with it. You know, they just need to know about it, you know? So the reason why I'm also going out there as well is to be getting, you know, some other people on the platform as well. Again, a lot more like actors on the Egyptian world, you know?
Oh, it sounds like a great trip. So, I mean, how do you, and both of you can kind of weigh in on this. I mean, compared to other social media platforms, what makes SoMee different?
For me, I just like something new and fresh, and the fact that you can, you know, get paid by posting, getting likes, that's amazing. I mean, what other platform does that? You know what I mean? And like I said, we're both connected in different avenues of show business, you know, and I got friends in London, England, I got friends all over the world, and Australia, and I'm talking about SoMee, because even my show I'm doing in Vegas, I was saying that SoMee's going to stream that worldwide. You know, so I'm like, and Dom going to Egypt, and you know, one thing about Dom, you know, not only he's an actor, he's well connected in the influence world, you know, and we're having a big movie out right now with Johnny Depp. It's gonna be huge, and SoMee it's just a good thing for people. I like the energy. I learned a lot about energy with my son. You know, the team of SoMee, they're good energy. You know, that feels good to me.
Well, thank you so much, Marvin and Dominique, for joining us and telling your stories. Best of luck on your trip, Dominique.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, come back.
Appreciate
and talk about it when you get back.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we're gonna have more stories. I'm gonna be vlogging when I'm out there too. I'm actually creating like a whole vlog so I can be able to be ready to post it. So, man, you'll be seeing that soon.
Great. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Petproducts.com. Thousands of products. And Al Simon, Kiwi Pad Inventor Company. Fandom Esports is a new way for people to interact with both esports and sports with real-time data. And with me is the CEO, David Vinokurov, who will explain more about what Fandom is doing. So welcome, David. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So how did you get involved with Fandom Sports Media?
Well, the whole premise has always been, you know, how do we close that engagement loop? You know, we have people at home watching TV, nowadays watching competitive esports, and, you know, sitting along and playing on something completely different on their phone. So the premise behind what we're trying to do is to close that engagement loop, have people be able to predict in real time or near real time what's going to be happening on their main screen or on their mobile device. And really, as you said, change the way that people are interacting with that data coming in real time for sports and esports and other streamed content.
Now, so you say interact, does that mean wagering, and what other things?
So yeah, we do have a wagering license, but again, not everybody is of age and certainly not legal everywhere. What our goal really is to allow people to predict what's going to be happening, you know, with leaderboards, prizes, digital gifts, non-fungible tokens, which is our new digital assets. Basically, as I'm sitting, I'm watching an event take place. It's a simple as swipe left if you think this is going to happen, swipe right if you think that's going to happen, and then that's tallied into a global leader base. You can challenge your friends. There's a whole social community, similar to anything that you'd see, in a trivia night in a pub or something. Just a way to interact again with data coming in.
Yeah, interesting. So this is a mobile app that people can download, and they can interact with their friends and with their favorite teams and make predictions and just kind of enjoy the sports together.
Yeah, so we're going to have an app-based version as well. It's all powered by a proprietary machine learning backend system that we just recently secured the IP for. This intelligent backend, it's been used to sort, interact, and present data in very actionable ways in the healthcare sector with insurance companies, supply chain logistics, facilities management. So we've secured that exclusive license. It allows us to present near infinite predictions, where a lot of our competitors can maybe do 100 or 200 predictions in a very static way, and keep people engaged longer throughout the entirety of a broadcasted event, and maintain a unique position in the market. So we're very excited about it.
That is a perfect segue to my next question: is what makes you unique?
Yeah, so like I said, the amount of predictions that we can generate, the velocity with which that we can present them in a simple, clean user interface is completely separate than what you would see on any other type of wagering site, period. The ability for us to then apply that in a gamified way outside of wagering and increase fan engagement across all stream types of content, again, is a unique proposition that we're going after because we can present that data in new, unique, and faster ways than our competitors can.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's your outlook for the industries you're involved in? So your sports, there's media, tech. I mean, this is all kind of seems like coming together. I mean, how do you see this industry and all these industries? Absolutely, yeah. So what we've seen in esports specifically, starting with what happened last year with COVID-19, and the stopping of broadcasting of sports, we saw all the projections where we saw esports and esports wagering would be in 2024. That happened in the first several months of 2020. So the growth rates have accelerated. The sports wagering market is a $500 billion a year market. We see a lot of people rushing into individual state markets as those markets become open. So Fandom, we're able to participate in the gaming economy because we're appealing to all ages gamers. That's a $180 billion market. The esports and esports wagering market, that market's growing 40% year over year to about $14 billion this year. And, sports wagering, it's the Super Bowl of all wagering, to use the pun. So we're glad to be part of growing global multi-$100 billion markets. Oh, my goodness. Yes. And it feels like it's just kind of starting. This whole esports and gaming. Yes. Well, it's early in the U.S. It's been extremely huge in Asia for numerous years now. And as the states are opening up their licensing regimes for wagering, esports wagering is coming in on that front. So our first plan, our site is live now, fandomesports.ug. People can log on. They can see the predictive capabilities of the platform. And then, as the states scale out, we'll be examining different ways to get into each local market. And then, once we're in that market, then extend our capabilities to regular sports wagering as well. Okay. So you touched on this a little bit. What do you see in the future? What are your goals for Fandom? Our goal for Fandom is to enable all competitive esports to be accessible through our platform so that people can log on, watch their favorite stream, and make predictions or wagers, depending on where they are and if they're of age and so forth. While we're doing that esports rollout, we're going to be training our backend system to apply that same type of capabilities to sports and sports wagering. So hopefully we should have news on those initiatives within the next 12 months. And our larger goal is just to fandomize everything, take predictions and polls as you're watching any type of content. And why not, if someone's watching The Bachelor, we're going to predict who's going to get a rose, right? That'd be lots of fun. Actually, opportunities are endless, yes. Yeah, we just want to fandomize the world, basically. Okay. Well, thank you. And come back with updates as you add new features and so forth. So thank you so much, David. Thank you so much as well. Glad to be here. FaceTime Promotions provides staffing for all levels of the beverage industry. And the services include field marketing, sales, brand management, even promotional vehicle programs. So with me to explain a little bit more about what the company is doing is Carla Rissel, who is the founder and CEO of FaceTime Promotions. So great to have you, Carla.
Hi, Jane. Nice to have you. Thanks for visiting today.
So let's just start with just kind of an overall company profile. I gave a little bit of a hint, but go into more depth about what you do.
Well, we are primarily focused on event staffing for the alcohol industry. And what that boils down to, and one of the reasons we've done so well, is we're focused on moving sales. So helping our customers sell into retail and on-premise and off-premise, which I can go into that a little bit if you'd like. But we help move cases of alcohol into retail outlets, like you probably have Total Wine where you are, or ABC, little mom and pop corner stores. And then also work with restaurants and bars, festivals. Like we're doing a huge event, the Pepsi Jam in Panama City this weekend for Cupcake Wines. We did their booth and everything. Like we designed their trade show booth basically that they're going to have at the event. So there's really no end to it. We also help with brand ambassador programs. We do store surveys. So if someone sells in a 100-case display, we can help them go make sure that those displays are put up properly. Just anything to do with the alcohol industry and moving those cases through and helping our partners, which are the distributors and suppliers, get more product into the market and more liquid to lips.
Okay.
I like to say we help get bottles into hearts and carts.
Liquid to lips. I'm going to borrow that one. Okay. So tell me a little bit about your background, because you have been in this industry for a while, right?
Yeah, I was looking at it today. I'm like, wow, we started in 2004 and it was just me and a computer. And for years, I was able to do that. And just in the last couple of years, I realized I can't handle all of the volume. I started out in the beer side of this because I used to work for InBev, which back when I worked for them in 2003, 2002, it was Stella Artois, which everybody knows, Beck's, Bass, Rolling Rock. And we were just little 3% of the portfolio, most of the distributors that we worked with. And in 2004, we sold our import rights in the United States to a company called Budweiser, which now is known as InBev. So when Budweiser took over, I had been used to working for small craft, very cool, like brands like Stella Artois and Boddington's and Hoegaarden. And we were going to be selling Budweiser in the state of Florida. And I decided then that that wasn't really the direction that I wanted to go. And I started my own sampling company, which is FaceTime. And since 2004, been kind of plugging along and growing exponentially. Last year, we became public. We started Starstream Entertainment and became public through that vehicle. So FaceTime is now a wholly owned subsidiary of Starstream Entertainment. And that was such fortuitous timing because in June of last year, we had gone public and everything just started getting going. This is right as COVID was taking its grip. Just to give you an idea, we were doing about 1,000 events in March, the month of March of last year. And COVID hit, we went down to 4 events in April. The fortunate thing about going public is when every other agency either shut their doors or stopped doing business entirely, I was able to make all of my area managers employees and hit the gas and say, I know there's no business, but if there are retailers out there that want sampling still, and I will find the suppliers that will pay for them, you guys go and strengthen your relationships on the retail side, strengthen your relationships with the distributor people. I will find the suppliers to pay for those tastings. And so we went April, 4 events, 30 events in May, 70 events in June, and now we're back up to about 800 or 900 events a month.
Thank you so much, Carla, for joining us. It sounds like such a fun industry to be in.
You'll have to come down and come to some events. We do a lot of wine fests.
I think I might just do that. And to be here, to be like socializing again. It's a great thing.
Absolutely.
So anyway, so now you've told me the story about Paypolitan, how you're kind of disrupting the payment industry. And the last time we spoke, you had a new app. How's that going?
Yeah, first of all, I'm also very happy to be here to meet with you in person finally. So after this year of pandemic, only with Zoom, so we have a real camera team here.
Yeah.
We have a real studio. So I thought it would be New York at the NASDAQ.
I know.
So
Someday.
finally we end up in Dubai,
Yes.
which is more or less in the middle, right?
Right.
No.
Yes.
Maybe we should revise my geography classes afterwards. So yeah, we released our Paypolitan app, which is a payment app, in May. So end of April on Google Play, and in Apple Store we added it beginning of May. It took a bit longer because the procedure of releasing an app on Apple is a bit longer because they do loads of testings. But it's good because it's like kind of a label for an app. When you pass through Apple, then your app is solid and sound, and people really can use it without any concern. So we started with the DeFi features. I mean, we have a wallet. You can connect external wallets like a MetaMask, a Wallet Connect, or other wallets. You can stake your token, our token, either with a fixed duration of 6 months and an AOP of 17.9%, or you set your own duration. Could be a day, could be a week, could be a month, could be 3 days, and 4 hours.
For the staking.
Exactly,
Right,
the staking part we have implemented, and that is for and the feedback was very positive.
And then how do I get EPAN tokens?
Well, EPAN you can buy on Uniswap, on Bitforex, and Galaxy, and we have some new exchanges coming up until the summer.
Okay, and all that value is stored then in the app, and then I can use that to make purchases at a Walmart, just like through my phone, like it would read.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, because the phone, the smartphone has an NFC chip, so the NFC chip is communicating like a credit card or like a debit card with a payment terminal. So we don't have to have a deal with the store, with the merchant, with the retailers. It's simply by direct debit, the same logic. If you have direct debit card, it simply goes either from your bank account, in this case it comes from your wallet.
Okay, well that's what I was going to ask, because I can see me going to Walmart and going, I want to pay with this, and the person being like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but they don't even know.
They don't even have to know.
Okay, very
they simply get a signal that the payment is validated, and the merchant will get the payment in US dollars on his bank account.
Okay, all right. So the first step, download the app.
Exactly.
Experiment around with it a little bit and just try it.
2 minutes.
Just
2 minutes,
yeah.
you set it up, and that's it.
Okay.
Plug and play.
Well, I am looking forward to more updates as you add more exchanges and all the things. Every time I talk to you, there's something new. So
all right.
It's great to meet you again, Nils.
Great to meet you, Jane, and see you next time in New
yes,
York on the NASDAQ,
that
right?
would be wonderful. Yes. Great. Thank you. And thank you as well for joining us. We'll be back. SmartKey is working with Orange on a unique blockchain partnership. And with me, I feel like we're friends, Shimon. We've talked on Zoom so many times. Great to see you in person. And I'm very excited that you're going to be breaking this news with us about your partnership with Orange. Can you explain a little bit how you might leverage this partnership with Orange for more global growth?
Yes. We want to set up a new communication standard, worldwide communication standard. I could compare the standard to the Bluetooth technology.
Okay.
When you have something, smartphone with Bluetooth, and the other hand, I have
That's okay, start over.
We are trying to set a new communication standard worldwide with Orange, and this is something like we have this situation today that we have a lack of communication standard between IoT smart solution based on SIM cards on smart devices, and for users that use this smart solution of application for smart homes, for smart cars, and this blockchain rule access control could solve this problem to communicate all the solution in one way. For us, it's a good example is a Bluetooth communication standard when you could use it to connect easily your smartphone with other devices, and you have a guarantee that as a user, you have guarantee that you will buy something compatible with Bluetooth. You have guarantee that you can use your accessories also. Yes, and the same thing we will do with SmartKey, but we gave for smart cities and inhabitants of cities guarantee that where you are using smart services like public transport, like sharing economic cases, renting a car, bikes, or etc., you have guarantee that you can use this technology in one way. It's a global standard.
So I understand you may be expanding this to New York City at some point?
Yes, we could say, but not official yet, that we are starting something huge also in New York City, and I think we could deliver some solution as an example of our cooperation, maybe even is this year.
Well, that would be exciting as a New York resident to see.
It's exciting in every region. Now we are in Dubai, and we have already talked with some very high. Now we are in Dubai, and also here there is lots of interesting to use our technology in this area also. This is universal technology, and also here there is lots of interesting to use our technology in this area also. This is universal technology.
Well, it sounds exciting and more efficient, which would be nice. So thank you both for joining us. Please keep us up to date as you have. It sounds like you'll be having some more news coming out later this year. So thank you. And thank you as well for joining us.
He's got the answers.
Show me a problem, and I'm going to show you a way out of it.
He's